Hello everybody, my name is Sarah. I'm going to be taking you through a gentle flow this morning for the shoulders, the neck, the hips and a little bit of the waistline. So get ready, get comfortable on your mat. If you would like to start in Shavasana, please lie with your feet hip distance apart. Your feet mat distance apart. And then lying down on the mat, allowing your shoulders to come away from your ears. Arms come out to the sides, palms facing up and open to receive. I'm going to take a nice long deep breath into the core and release with a big sigh. Feeling the earth supporting you. Letting go of anything that came with you to your mat today. Coming into this present moment. Again, nice long deep breath, deep down into the chest, past the ribcage, deep into the abdomen, and releasing with a big sigh. One more time, inhale, and exhale. Just taking a few moments here to settle in, grounding in. Maybe setting an intention for your practice today, setting a sankalpa. Or if you don't have a sankalpa for your practice today, maybe just asking yourself, what are you grateful for this day? And to allow your body to come back to nice, easy, gentle breathing. Allowing your body to sink deep into the earth beneath you, like lying on a nice, soft, white, sandy beach. And on the next inhale, we're going to bring the feet together at the front of the mat. We're going to bring the hands together, linking the hands over the head, and then allowing the arms to rest back behind the head. We're going to stretch towards the front and the back of the room, and release on the exhale. Again, nice long inhale. Stretch out the body. Exhale, release. One more time, stretch. And release. On the next inhale, we're going to bring the right knee in towards the chest, flexing both feet. Shoulders stay grounded to the earth in Padma Muktasana or wind relief pose. And we're just going to take a little bit of movement with the hips here. So we're going to bring the knee out to the shoulder and then just slightly across the midline, so opening up the hips. So making some small movements here. Feeling that nice opening in the crease of the hip. And then slowly, mindfully, either taking the hand out so it's level with the shoulder, or if you don't have a lot of room, coming into cactus, so feeling at a nice right angle with the arm, and then the outside of the knee, the hand comes to the outside of the right knee, and then slowly allowing that knee to come over towards the side. So it's not important that the knee comes down to the earth. The shoulder still stays grounded to the mat here. Maybe gentle pressure on the outside of the knee, feeling that twist all along the rib cage, along the side body. If you want to go deeper, you can either straighten out the leg, and only if the foot touches the earth, or you can bring the foot underneath the left knee, coming into a slightly deeper stretch, and then gaze over towards either the elbow or the hand that's out straight. And breathe. So Supta Vajrasana, which is lying twist pose. And breathe. And then slowly coming back to center. I'm going to take that foot up towards the ceiling, holding on to either the hamstring, the calf, or the ankle. So again, not forcing the body. So we're going to inhale, curling the knee. So nose up towards the knee. Exhale back down. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly taking that knee and leg all the way down. Just trying to catch you up here. Knee comes in towards the left knee comes in towards the chest. Again, flexing both feet. Shoulders stay grounded here. And then again, small movements, bringing the knee over towards the shoulder. And then slightly across the midline. Inhale. And exhale. So again, Havana Uttasana, wind relieving pose. So we're massaging out the lower organs here. Small colon, large colon, and the kidney. Moving with breath, moving with grace and ease, not forcing. And then slowly, mindfully, either taking the arm out, hand is level with the shoulder, or if you don't have enough room, you can bring the arm into cactus, so feeling that nice right angle here. Right hand comes to the outside of the left knee, coming over into a twist, or Supta Vajrasana, lying twist pose. Again, you can either straighten out the leg as long as the foot touches the earth, or maybe if you want to go deeper, you can bring the heel of the left foot this time underneath the right knee. Again, gaze comes over towards either the elbow or the hand if it's out straight, and breathe. And then slowly, mindfully on the next inhale, bringing the knee back to center. Taking the foot up towards the ceiling, again holding on to the hamstring, the calf, or the ankle, again not forcing the body. Inhale as you bring the nose towards the knee. You can micro bend the knee here. Exhale back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. And then slowly, mindfully taking that leg all the way back down. Both knees come in towards the chest. We're going to circle the knees one way, just waking up that lower sacral spine. Feeling the massage on the lower back here. And then circle the knees the other way. And we're going to come up into a tight ball. So hands come towards the heels, and then bringing the knees towards the nose. And then rolling back down. The heels come down. Feet are hip distance apart. Hands are down. So pull the shoulders away from the ears. We're going to come into a bridge. We're going to inhale as we tuck the pelvis. Engage the core. Hands float down gently, and then slowly, mindfully come up one vertebrae at a time. Hold here, and then slowly coming back down. Inhale up, tucking the pelvis, slowly coming up. Exhale down. This time when you come up, we're going to hold here, maybe bringing the shoulders together, linking the hands behind the back, and hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Unlink the hands, allow the shoulders to spread out wide, and slowly come back down. This time we're going to link the hands behind the head. Slight tuck in the chin, gaze comes up towards the ceiling, elbows stay wide, and we're going to pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a breath, and we're going to do that another 10 pulses. So inhale, tuck the chin slightly, elbows stay wide, gaze up towards the ceiling. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly roll down. We're going to bring the knees in towards the chest. Hands come to the hamstrings, and we're just going to rock and roll. So again, inhale, engage the core, tap the chin, and rock and roll for 3, 2, and 1. Coming up. So I have my rainbow colours on this morning. It's a bit bright, so sorry if that dazzles you. So from here, we're going to inhale the hands up, palms facing up, slowly reach the hands above the head, and then link the hands together, crossing over. We're going to stretch up. Now, if this is too deep for you, you can bring the hands slightly forwards so that the arms are just in front of the ears. So either here, or again, if this is too much, if it's pulling too much, bring them forward slightly. Inhale and exhale. Slowly twist towards the right and breathe. And then back to center. And then twist towards the left. Breathe. Slowly flip the hands down. We're going to bring the left hand behind the hip. So making it like an extension of the spine. And then bringing the right hand over onto the left knee. We're going to inhale, gazing forwards. Exhale, twist. And then maybe on the next inhale again, come up tall. And then maybe going just a little bit deeper, but listening to your body. And then slowly, mindfully, if you'd like an extra stretch in the neck, you can bring the neck back to center. And then maybe gaze goes over to the right shoulder. So you feel that nice pull along the side of the neck here. And breathe. Listening to your body, again, not forcing. Practicing ahimsa, which is non-violence. And then slowly release, coming back to center. Inhale up. Hands come down through heart center. Right hand comes to sit behind the right hip this time, become an extension of the spine. So really engage the core. Reach up the spine as if you're being pulled from the crown of your head up to the ceiling. And then as we take the right hand over onto the outside of the, left hand onto the outside of the right knee. Inhale, reaching up, nice tall straight spine. Exhale, twist. Shoulders back and down. And then maybe on the next exhale, going just a little bit deeper, listening to your body. And then slowly, mindfully bringing the head back. If you want to go just a little bit deeper, taking the head over towards the left shoulder. So again, you should feel that stretch all along the right side of the neck and maybe the shoulder here. And breathe. So a reminder at any time throughout your practice, if you feel pain or discomfort any higher than a 4 to 6 out of 10, it's a good indicator you're going too deep or if you've stopped breathing. Slowly coming back to center. Hands flow up and down through heart center. I'm just going to do one more for the shoulders and neck, which is one of my favorites recently. So taking the left hand out to the side, so probably a 45-degree angle. Right hand reaches over towards the left ear, and then gently allowing the head to come over. So we're not dumping weight here, we're allowing the elbow to pull back and down. And just circling the hand one way. And then circling the hand the other way. Bending the arm, bringing the arm right behind the waist. And then from here, again, sit up nice and tall. Elbow stays back and down. We're going to press the head up to the hand. Breathe in. And exhale, release. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Allowing the other hand to fall down. We're going to bring the right hand to the mat. Just out about 6 to 8 inches. We're going to inhale the right hand up. Coming into Ardha Chandrasana or seated half moon. So extend through the intercostals, the muscles of the rib cage, and then exhale over towards the right. Keeping the sit bones grounded here. And breathe. Inhale up. Exhale, maybe going a little bit deeper. Maybe coming down to the elbow, but again, it's important that the sit bones stay grounded. It's not important to get as low as the mat. Low down on the elbow. The importance is keeping your sit bones grounded. Again, inhale up. Exhale up. And inhale, come all the way back up. And then this time we're going to bring the right arm out, holding on to the right ear this time, the left arm, elbow stays back and down. So feel the shoulders pull back and down, and then rotating the arm one way. And then rotating the arm the other way. And then again, linking the hand behind the back, coming along to the back of the waist. Inhale nice and tall. And then as we inhale, on the next inhale, taking the head up towards the hand, pushing away. So in this instance, we're actually tricking the muscles in the body to give a little bit of an extra stretch here. Exhale, release. Inhale. Push the head towards the hand. Exhale, release. Again, one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly, mindfully taking the left hand down. So wherever it sits that's comfortable for you. As we inhale the right hand up, extending through the intercostals, the muscles of the rib cage, and then over towards the left. And breathe. So ideally, shoulder is in line with the ear, but as you can see, my body won't go there, so I don't expect yours to either. Inhale back up. Exhale, maybe going just a little bit deeper. And be mindful that one side is not different to the other. Inhale up. Exhale over. And then slowly, mindfully coming back to center. And walk the hands forwards. Again, making sure the sit bones stay grounded here. Just feeling that extra stretch in the body and shoulders. And then slowly, mindfully, either rolling over the knees or swinging the legs around, coming into our first cat and cow. So in cat and cow, I will explain if you're new to yoga. Hands spread out, so spreading out the fingertips, just like a starfish would be on a beach. But we curl the fingers slightly so that the four corners of your hands or the bandhas ground down against the earth. So feeling the pads of your fingertips. So hands are underneath the shoulders. Now if you have shoulder or neck issues, you can take the hands wider than shoulder distance apart. So again, listen to your body. Knees are hip distance apart underneath the hips. And we're going to inhale as we Lower the abdomen, shoulders pull back and down, gaze comes up. Now, if you have neck issues, you can keep the neck in neutral. Your choice. And then exhale as we curl in the spine, gazes towards the thighs or the abdomen. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Not dumping in the shoulders here so that your abdomen and your core engages as you stretch up. Shoulders come back and down. Inhale to cow or Vinyasa. Exhale to Ardha Madrasana or stretching cat. Coming back to tabletop, we're going to take the right leg back so that the heel is level with the hip. So you may want to look back to check out your alignment here. And then not dumping in the shoulders. We're going to bring the knee towards the nose. Kick it back. You can either flex the foot or point the toe, your choice. Inhale. And exhale. Moving with your own flow and pace of breath. And one more. And from here, we're just going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Float the knee down. We're going to look over the right shoulder, looking over towards the heel. And then look over towards the left shoulder. Just dance out the hips, warming up still. And then we're going to repeat that on the other side. So left heel extends back, not dumping in the shoulders. And then again, knee to the nose, kick it back, knee to the nose, kick it back. And then 4 more following your own flow and pace of breath. And then on the last one, we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knee floats down. Again, we're just going to dance out those hips. And then from here, we're going to curl under the toes, push up in the hands, and then allow the knees to float up, coming into our first downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. From here, we're going to walk the dog, so bending one knee in towards the chest, and then the other. And breathe. Slowly coming back to center, allow the heels to become heavy. So again, you don't have to have this perfect triangle shape with your body. Being where you are, again, not forcing. So we're going to ground down through the hands, we're going to come high on the toes, stretching the heels up and then back down. Inhale up, exhale down. One more time, inhale up, exhale down. We're going to slowly walk up to meet the hands. Feet are hip distance apart. And again, inhale to Ardha Uttanasana. Flat back, neck stays in line with the spine, pulling the shoulders back towards each other. You can have a micro bend with the knees. Again, listening to your body. Exhale, release. Holding on to opposite elbows, nodding the head, yes. And shaking the head no. So as we rock from side to side, if your knees need to bend slightly, listen to your body. Allow the head to become heavy. Allow the shoulders to release. And then planting the hands down again. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale to bend the knees deeply, arms spread out wide, reverse dive all the way up. And exhale through heart center, Tadasana Namaste. So again, shoulders pull back and down. You feel the grounding in the feet, engaging the muscles of the legs. You tuck the pelvis, nice open heart. Shoulders back and down. Last thing to come up is the head. Now, if you work all day in an office or you're sat down at a desk quite regularly, this is always a good grounding exercise for when you get stressed. And just using the breath to just support you, honoring your body. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands down. We're going to step, walk, or jump back to our downward facing dog. And maybe just rocking from side to side, feeling the extra stretch in the shoulders. And from here, we're going to raise the right leg up, coming into three-legged dog. We're going to come high on the left sole of the foot. And inhale the knee towards the nose. Kick it back. Knee towards the right elbow. Kick it back. Knee towards the left elbow. Kick it back. We're going to hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Float the leg down. And from here, we're either going to go knees, chest, and chin, or taking a full vinyasa or chaturanga. Hands are underneath the shoulders. Tuck the chin. Inhale to baby cobra, so coming up halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, coming up to full cobra, so straightening the arms. Pull the shoulders back and down. Or Bhujangasana. Exhale, release. On inhale, as we engage the legs, grounding down to the tops of the feet. And then inhale up to upward facing dog. And then slowly, mindfully, floating back through to downward facing dog. Walking the dog if you need. Taking 3 breaths here. And then slowly, mindfully taking the left leg up, coming into three-legged dog, coming high onto the sole of the right foot this time, and then knee towards the nose. Kick it back. Inhale, knee towards the left elbow. Kick it back. Knee towards the right elbow. Kick it back. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Float the leg down. Take a vinyasa. And meeting back in downward facing dog. And then slowly, mindfully, we're going to step, walk, or jump, looking forwards to Uttanasana. Fold in. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale as we come up to the shins. Engage the legs, the knees, the thighs, the hips. Opening the shoulders. Last thing to come up is the head. Resting in Samastiti, taking 3 breaths here. Inhale up. Exhale, diving in. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release, planting the hands down. We're going to step, walk, or jump back to plank this time. And we're going to hold the plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Either take a vinyasa or come down to the elbows and hold in a dolphin plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly, mindfully coming back up. Coming back to down dog. 2 breaths here. And then again, inhale the right leg up. Come high onto the toes, the sole of the left foot. Inhale as you bring the knee towards the nose. Step the foot up between the hands. Back foot comes to a 45-degree position. Heels are in alignment or wider will give you extra stability. Inhale, coming up onto the fingertips, sweeping the hands up, coming into Virabhadrasana 1 or Warrior 1. We're going to bring the hands together, linking the hands but allowing the 4 fingers to point up. So feeling that stretch in the shoulders and hold here. Nice bend in that front knee. Knee is not protruding the ankle, so the knee is looking over towards the big toe. If you can't see your big toe, you need to adjust your position. From here, we're going to inhale, gazes forward. Exhale, slowly over towards the right. So again, stretching out the shoulders. Breathe. Inhale back to center, and then exhale over towards the left. And hold here. Back to center. Floating the arms down, we're going to link the hands behind the back, holding onto opposite elbows, or reverse prayer, as long as your palms are together. So linking the hands behind the back or whatever arm position you need. Shoulders pull back towards each other. And then again, allow the shoulders to pull back as we engage the core, allowing the hips to float forwards. Now, you can either go into a slight back bend or stay where you are. It's your choice. And then slowly, mindfully coming back through center. Allowing the arms to float away from the sacral spine as we slowly lower the chest towards the side of the right thigh. So if your arms are above your head, again, you can point those 2 index fingers so you feel that extra stretch in the shoulders. And breathe. Release the hands. Floating the right hand down inside the right foot. We're going to inhale as we peel the other hand like a bow and arrow up towards the ceiling. Breathe here. And then slowly, mindfully replace the right hand with the left, and then bow and arrow the other arm up towards the ceiling, coming into a twist. Slowly bringing that hand down. We're going to pivot on the feet, facing forwards. Hands come down, coming into Prasarita, Padottanasana, or wide angled forward fold. So again, if you can't go this deep, that's okay. Ideally, the hands coming back towards the heels. And just ground in here. Inhale as we bring the hands just beneath the shoulders in our forward fold. Neck stays in line with the spine, pull the shoulders back and down. And then slowly, mindfully, when you're ready, we're going to pivot on that left foot. Back foot comes to a 45-degree position. So we're going to repeat everything that we just did on the other side. So again, come up onto the fingertips. Nice bend in that front knee. Inhale, the shoulders pull up. And through to Virabhadrasana 1 or Warrior 1. So nice engagement in the inside of the thighs here. Will protect the knees. Slight bend in that back knee. And again, reach up. So if you don't have any shoulder issues, linking the hands together, pointing the two index fingers and feeling that extra stretch in the shoulders. Again, hips are facing forwards. Nice bend in that front knee. You should be able to see your big toe. If you can't, you need to adjust your position. Breathe. And again, same thing as on the other side, so floating the arms down. Hands linked behind the back. Holding on to opposite elbows is gentler. Or palms together, only if they touch. So again, if the hands are together, shoulders pull back and down. Now, if you're okay and you don't have any shoulder or neck issues, you can go a bit deeper into a back bend. So inhale, gaze is forwards, hips come forwards, and then coming into a back bend. Breathe. And then slowly and mindfully coming into humble warriors, we slowly bring the chest down towards the left thigh this time. Hands reach over the shoulders. Again, point those forefingers so you feel that extra stretch in the shoulders. And breathe. And then slowly, mindfully bringing the hands down. Right hand sits on the inside of the left foot this time. Inhales with bow and arrow, the other hand up. And then taking the left hand down, peel the right hand across the chest, and coming into the side angle stretch. And breathe. Sweep the hand back down, frame the foot. We're going to pivot on that back foot so that both feet are facing forwards, taking the left foot back to meet the right. And then maybe floating through Vinyasa on knees, chest and chin, or resting in child's pose, your choice. Kneeling back in downward facing dog. So from here, we are going to come into child's pose, so knees come to mat distance apart, bringing the big toes together. Heels come down towards the, sit bones come down towards the heels, stretching the hands out in front. And breathe. So we're in Vinyasa here, or child's pose. So just resetting the spine, resetting the nervous system. Now you may not be as deep as this. Again, not forcing the body. Being where you are. Taking 5 nice long deep breaths here. And then slowly, mindfully, we're going to walk the hands over towards the right side, feeling that stretch in the side body. And then slowly, mindfully, on the next inhale, bring the hands back to center. And then exhale over towards the left. Next inhale, coming back to center, coming back up to a tabletop position. Curling under the toes, grounding down through the hands, remembering curling the fingers. We're going to hover the knees above the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming back to our downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Savasana. Anytime in your practice you need to rest in the dog, Balasana, which is child's pose, which I just showed you, or Tadasana, mountain pose, feel free to do so, listening to your body. And then inhale the right leg up, coming into three-legged dog. Inhale as we bring the knee towards the elbow, and then stepping up to the outside edge of the mat. Now from here you can either bring the knee down, so in Pristasana or lizard pose, or you can stay high on the toe, your choice. Now you can stay right here, again listening to your body, or if you want to go deep you can come down to the elbows. So feeling that extra stretch in the hip here. And breathe. So you might want to stack the fists or use a block to rest your forehead. You're just staying right where you are. Breathe. Coming back up. I'm going to walk the foot in towards so it's level with the hip. And then dropping the knee. And then coming back to a hamstring stretch. So we're going to make sure that the foot stays grounded. So feeling that stretch along the hamstring here. And then forwards. Inhale back. Micro bend that knee. Exhale forwards. Inhale back. Exhale. Curl under the back toe. Take the right foot back to meet the left. And float through a vinyasa or knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, baby cobra, full cobra, or upward facing dog. And then either flowing back down, coming off the chest, back to the knees, and then coming back to downward facing dog, or floating all the way back through to downward dog. Inhale the left leg up. Gaze towards the hands, knee comes towards the left elbow, and then stepping up to the outside edge of the mat. Again, you can either stay high on the toe here, or bringing the knee down, your choice. And again, you can either stay right here or bringing the elbows down. And feeling that lovely stretch opening in the hip here. So elbows stay grounded, shoulders pull back and down, neck is in line with the spine. And breathe, micro bend that back knee. So we're in lizard or Pristasana. And then slowly, mindfully, hands come back up. Heel toe, the foot so it's level with the hip. Bringing that back knee down. Planting the foot so we feel that extra stretch in the hamstring. And then inhale. And exhale. So the hands can stay forward so that when you come back, you feel the stretch in the shoulders. And then from here, we're going to curl under the toes, taking that knee up, taking the left foot back to meet the right, and then flow through Vinyasa or resting child's pose, your choice. Taking 3 breaths here in the dog, and breathe. And from here, we're going to bend the knees deeply, looking forwards. We're going to either step walk or jump up to a wide angled squat. So however you take to get there, either take your time or if jumping up to a squat is in your normal practice, feel free to do so. Hands come to heart center. And we're just going to do this nice opening in the hips here. Again, engage the core, lift up the spine, feel your elbows pressing out the inner legs. Nice tuck in the chin, tuck the pelvis. If you need to sit on a block or a couple of books, feel free to do so. And breathe. So we're in Bakasana, our yogi spot. We're going to take the left hand down towards the midline. I'm going to inhale the right hand up. Now, if a bind is in your practice, you can follow me. If you don't normally bind, please don't do this. Taking the left hand behind the leg as the right hand reaches towards the left. Coming into a bind. Again, engage, reach up tall. Slowly come back to center, release the bind. And repeating that on the other side. So right hand comes towards the midline. Inhale the right hand up. And again, you can either stay right here or taking the right hand this time around the lower leg as we reach the hands together, coming into a bind. And breathe. So feeling that nice opening in the shoulder here as the shoulders pull back and down. And then slowly releasing the bind, coming back to center. Now you have crow in your practice. You can follow me. However, if you don't normally do this, I wouldn't recommend that you do this unless instructed in a regular class with a yoga teacher. So, hands are underneath the shoulders. I'm going to bring the knees up towards the armpits. We're going to take one toe back towards the midline, then the other. Inhale, gaze forward about a foot, and then slowly float up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming out. We're going to rotate the wrist one way, rotating the wrist the other way. From here, we're just going to stretch out the shoulders. So we're going to come down onto the knees. So I'll face you so you can see me. Bringing the right arm across the chest, holding onto the wrist here. And then sweep the hand behind the head, holding onto the elbow. Again, if you feel pain here that is deeper than a 4 to 6 out of 10, release the pose. Taking the left arm out, thumb facing up, turn the thumb down, and then reach up towards the hands. Now, if they don't reach, that's okay. Don't force it. Or you can use a strap so that your hands are connected but not physically together. And then stretch out the opposite elbows. Slowly coming back to center, release the arms. Inhale the shoulders up to the ears and back and down. And then reverse the other way. And then left hand across the chest, shoulder pulls down. And then reaching the left arm overhead, holding onto the elbows, the hand comes down. Now one side may well be different to the other, so being gentle with yourself, taking the right arm out level with the hip, thumb facing up, turn the thumb down, and then reach the hand up towards each other. Again, if you need to use the strap, use the strap. So again, one side may well be different to the other. So again, being mindful where you are. And then resist, allow the elbows to pull out towards each other. So you should feel that stretch in that left shoulder and towards the top of the right. And breathe. Release the hands. And again, rotate the shoulders for 1, 2, 3, and forwards. 1, 2, and 3. From here, we're just going to take the feet out in front. We're going to shimmy shake those glutes away from the earth. Inhale as we sweep the hands back. Hands are going to come about 6 inches behind the hips. I'm going to bend the knees. Again, feet are hip distance apart Nice right angle with the legs here. Inhale as we tuck the pelvis, engage the core, and then slowly curl up to reverse tabletop. So you can either tuck the chin if you don't have any neck issues, but you can engage through the arms as we open the chest and allow the head to sit back as long as you don't have any neck issues. If you want to go deeper, you can go into reverse plank or Viparita Prakasana as we straighten out the legs. Then you can have a nice micro bend with the knees here and breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tuck the chin, slowly coming back down. Inhale, hands up. And then extend the hands down towards the knees, the shins, the ankles, or the feet. Again, you don't have to be, I've got pretty long arms, so you don't have to be with your hands right at your feet. Pull the shoulders back and down, the neck stays in line with the spine, Paschimottanasana, or seated forward fold. And breathe. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. And then inhale, coming all the way back up. Hands reach overhead. And out to the sides. Now link the hands behind the back this time. And then float back down. I'm not going quite as deep this time, but feeling that stretch in the shoulders. And inhale back up. From here, we're going to bring the fingertips just at the edge of the glutes, and then slowly bringing the nice opening in the chest, allowing the elbows to sit down behind the ribcage, coming into fish pose or Matsyasana. So pointing the toes, engage the core, open the chest, round down through the elbows, and then again, if you don't have any neck issues, so we're going high in the chest, arching the spine, and if you don't have any neck issues, coming back. Now, if you want to go deeper, you can engage the core, taking the sit bones off the earth, and breathe. And then slowly, mindfully, so you bring the neck back down, coming out the pose, coming back up. And from here, coming into boat or Navasana. So you can go into Navasana, coming onto the toes, hands reach out in front, or boat 2, or boat 3. Now, if you feel shakes here, that's okay. The shakes are actually telling you that you're going from the smaller muscles to the deeper muscles in the body. So the shakes are actually good. Cross over the legs. Give yourself a little hug. Reach up tall. Slowly come back to center. We're going to do that again. So again, whichever version of boat you're at, pull the shoulders back. So feeling, it's a bit like a down dog, but rolling the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, cross over the legs, maybe the other way. Give yourself a hug. One more time. Whichever version you're in. Again, crossing over the legs. Give yourself a little hug. You're just going to go into an inversion. Now your inversion may be, so rolling down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your inversion may be just legs up the wall, like this. Again, listening to your body, being where you're at. Or if you want to follow me into assisted shoulder stand, feel free to do so. So I go into it using a rock and roll. So bending the knees, swinging up, engaging the core, knees coming towards the chest, And roll up. Hands come to the lower spine. Elbows come close to each other. So engage the core, engage the legs. Got that nice straight line with the body here. So it's important here you do not turn the head from side to side. Neck comes away from the chest. That's staying in line with the spine. Breathe. If you don't have this in your regular practice, it's not a good idea to do so. You'd be better off just staying legs up the wall. And then slowly, mindfully, if you have Balasana or plow in your practice, again engage the core, flex the feet as we allow the legs to slowly, mindfully come back behind the head. Now only if your feet touch the ground, allow the tops of your feet to touch the earth. Again, not forcing here. So if your feet have touched the earth, only if your feet have touched the earth, you can link your hands together and feeling that extra stretch in the shoulders here. So we're in Halasana or plow. And breathe. And then slowly, mindfully bringing the hands back to the sacral spine, giving yourself support, taking one leg up, then the other, and then maybe playing around here. One leg goes opposite to the other. Maybe going into a straddle. Nice opening in the hips. Oops. Nearly kicking the picture off the wall. And then slowly, mindfully, as we bring the knees in towards the chest, slowly coming out one vertebrae at a time. And then from here, we're going to take the feet to mat distance apart. Hands come out to the sides. We're just going to windscreen wipe with the legs. Always good to come into a twist after we've been in an inversion. And then keeping the feet wide, we're going to take the knees over towards one side. You can stay right here. Now the knees don't have to touch the earth, we're just being wherever they are. Just feeling an opening in the hips here. Nice stretch in the spine. Gaze comes over towards the right hand or elbow if you're in cactus. And if you want to go deeper, you can take the foot on the left onto the right thigh. So feeling that extra stretch in the hip, I particularly like this one. And breathe. And then if you went deeper, taking the foot off the thigh, inhale back to center as we take the knees over towards the right. Gaze goes over towards the left. And then again, if you want to go deeper, you can either stay right here or take the heel of the right foot this time, just above the knee on the left thigh, and breathe. And then from here, we're going to cross the leg, bring the knees back to center, coming into our final pose or Shavasana. As the feet come out wide, mat distance apart, shoulders come away from the ears, arms come away from the body, palms facing up and open to receive. Taking a nice long deep breath, deep down into the core. And releasing with a big sigh. 2 more times. resetting the nervous system, resetting the spine, allowing the parasympathetic nervous system to engage you, which is the opposite to fight and flight. Allowing all the points of your body resting on the earth, allowing to relax deeply here, letting go. And if you had set a sankalpa for your practice today, feel free to repeat that intention. Or maybe just being grateful for 3 things in your life. Allowing the body to reset. Imagining the sun beating down, caressing your skin as you lay on a nice white sandy beach, feeling supported, feeling safe. And then from here you can stay here as long as you wish. Or if you want to finish off your practice, we're going to bring the feet together at the front of the mat. We're going to raise one hand overhead, rolling over onto that side as we bring the knees in towards the chest, coming into a fetal position. Take a couple breaths here, resting with the eyes closed or gaze about 2 or 3 feet ahead. And then when you're ready, straightening out the top leg, pushing down with the hands as you come into a nice, easy seated position at the front of your mat. So seated can be kneeling, it can be in an easy cross-legged position in Sukhasana, or heels between the midline. So from here, we're going to inhale the hands up and bring the hands down through heart center. Again, resting with the eyes closed, or gaze is about 2 or 3 feet ahead. Inhale the hands up. Palms come together, coming into a mudra as we slowly bring the hands down through Sahasrara, the crown chakra, Ajna, third eye, Vishuddha or throat chakra hovering here. Resting the hands at Anahata chakra, your heart chakra, shoulders pull back and down, engage the core, sitting up tall. And then reversing the flow of the prayer as we just clear out here. Hands come down through Manipura, your solar plexus, Swadhisthana, your sacral, and Muladhara, your root chakra. Inhale the hands up. Exhale down through the heart center. Tucking the chin slightly. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. May you awaken to the light of your one true nature. Namaste. Thank you for joining in the practice today. I hope you liked the class. Feel free to subscribe or like the video, or send me some comments. Tell me what you need or what your body needs. Thank you. I will see you again soon. Namaste.